Okay.
I feel really good about this one,
We've
guys.
already gotten a sense of
All right.
We'll see how
Yeah.
well you guys do. Most people always see
I'm gonna
Trent playing
follow
this one
Tough. I'm gonna
usually
follow
end up getting
you.
killed in about less than a minute.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Because I did this one for like 10
It is not
seconds.
very hard.
Well, why? Don't you believe?
That's quite a truck, Mike. What the hell are you doing?
Why?
Because you didn't beat the first one at 5%.
Trying to back up, sir.
You were learning.
Basket's
Yeah,
on top.
here's
Basket's on top.
top.
Good.
Here comes some enemies up to on the sort of the left
All
hand
directions. So
side.
we'll see where the enemy's coming.
Come here, buddies.
They're coming from multiple directions, so you guys gotta work together and figure out how you guys are strategizing.
That and taking trees down, because you need
Flash
50
you
small
out.
trees
So
for an
one's down.
achievement or
Actually, yeah, one
something.
person's down. Ashley's down. You gotta find her.
Yeah?
I'm heading towards your names. I'm
Yep.
currently up top.
Oh no,
What
I
about
just
big
got
trees?
back by
But I'm
Two
heading
down.
your way.
Probably.
So we still got Sarah and Anthony are still alive.
I'll come to
I'm
you
in it.
guys.
Yeah, I'm back.
Everyone's back. Oh,
All right,
two people back.
following
Down.
Tough.
Oh, two people
And I'm
down.
splatted by mom.
Yep, you need to just flying through the bush.
That did not
Boss,
take
yeah, the
long.
shark that comes out of the ground looks like a shark. That's small.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back.
And,
I'm
oh,
back.
What do we
Okay,
want to
back.
do? Do we want to do
Little guys down here.
mud?
you still get some golden eggs though.
Yeah, might as well.
You need 7 golden eggs this time. By
That's
so if you
what-
up
that's
the
what
ability,
this
you need
car
more
has
golden
fun
eggs
in.
to defeat more of those
Okay,
bosses.
okay.
I mean, I've taken the suburban places I shouldn't have taken it,
There's a
but
steelhead.
hey, with help from friends, I got out.
Oh,
Oh bye.
But suburbs are so
Kill
fun to
steelhead,
take
that guy,
mudding.
that
Dude,
ball
fly
on his head, you have to
Yeah.
actually blow up. You have to actually.
I had a buddy who
shoot it
had
while
one
the
almost
balloon's happening
exactly
on
like
top of it.
this.
alright.
Only one person's
coming,
alive.
guys.
Who's alive?
Didn't
Coming,
spend
coming.
any time in town.
I'm back, I'm back, I'm
We
back.
were always out in the middle of nowhere with
They're all
it.
coming
no,
back,
oh
but
no.
no one's gotten any golden eggs yet. You only got 20 seconds left to get some golden
Oh,
eggs.
no.
7 golden eggs, my
Oh,
bad.
I'm splatted.
Up. So that's up to Ashley and Anthony now.
What?
That's a bad thing.
All I've been watching is
Young Gamer Blast, thank you
everywhere.
for the subscription. Welcome to our little family. How are ya?
One of you alive. Oh, here comes Moz. You can see it just.
Oh,
Done some shrooms,
So what do we
dude.
got? Like 2 of 3 golden
Look at the
eggs? Right? Like,
shrooms,
we're almost
bruh.
there? No, we had 0. We
My
had
tires
0
are
eggs.
tripping.
So what? So this was a what percent of difficulty?
40.
So what happens? What happens?
For 100.
See if we can't get
It's
broken up in this little area
The dev
here.
team's been able to beat it though.
I love how the stocks on this thing start blowing out black smoke.
Legend has
Starts
And once the engine gets warmed up and going, it starts puffing out the blue.
This looks amazing. I was a huge fan of the first Splatoon. I love the addition of the additional weapons classes.
Splatoon.
I like the way the dualies feel.
Shooting paint at each other.
Is everyone all about the dualies? I like
Yes,
the dualies.
the Julies are awesome. Yeah, I'm still a Splatter Shark Junior fan. I've always been a fan of the Splatter Shark.
That's it too.
I like to be a roller. I like being a roller class sometimes. That's really
Ooh,
fun.
yeah.
This is really amazing. I'm sure we're gonna see additional special modes like this.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, of course.
And game comes out soon.
You guys wanted trees to
what is
knock down?
exactly
There's a whole
release date on
bunch
this?
over here for you.
Yes, I swear.
Oh, there you go.
So
We're
So we're
Summer.
just
Yes.
over a month away.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
A lot of fun
We can
competitive
all go
games
with you,
coming out.
play local, play online.
You can grab your new neon yellow Joy-Con.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey.
from orange. I know. Yeah, Anthony showing off his
That
cool
comes,
yellow
that comes out
Joy-Con.
even sooner.
Yeah, that's.
I know.
Those are great.
June.
I like those.
This
ding
Right.
feather done, ding feather done, ding 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 ding.
So excited to see more from Splatoon in the coming month. Thank you so much for bringing it by. This is amazing. Daniel and Christopher.
Santa's crying because we're running all over his
Once again,
Christmas
I
tree.
just have to ask, are you good, my dude?
I'm good. No, look, I'm collected now. I'm calm. I'm not talking to plants. I was in the room when I was asked to come on stage this time. It's a good start to my day. Also, I know I've identified 2 people I do not want on my team in Splatoon.
I
didn't
resemble that.
say it was you 2.
It's a
But I
whole
implied
new
it
world,
heavily.
Ryan. I'll get there. I'll get
Okay.
there. It'll take me one good long weekend of just hunkering down with Splatoon, and I'll be right back in it.
Okay, I believe in you, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh!
Got him.
To
Suzanne Lee,
unveil
what's
to
going
you
on? Welcome.
Exclusive. I think we've decided we're calling these exclusive.
All right, where are we going?
A clip, another booth tour.
I don't know,
from the
just
lovely
driving
talented
around.
Mika Jones. This time we're going to Capcom, and for real, it's Capcom this time. What? Well, that's her reporter name. I don't want to, we're not going to name trade for her. She's going to make a name for herself. She's Mika Jones now. Reporter on the streets. But it really is from Capcom.
Whoa. Hit my mic, sorry.
I think if Farm Sim had physics like this for the ground, it'd be a lot cooler.
They tried
Oh,
to
God.
do it and it ended badly.
Yeah, Farm Sim would be a blast then.
Oh, you damn right.
My character has no face left because of my steering wheel, I can tell you that much. Oh, found a new vehicle to drive around, I think. Be right back.
What do you think of a word?
My mom reminding me that I have to get my suit taken care of for my friend's wedding. There. This is quite the vehicle right here, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's one of the new tractors in Cattle and Crops.
Yeah, that's gonna come out someday, isn't it?
Hey
they
guys,
say?
welcome back.
Well, they released a beta on Friday. All you got was one tractor.
A little bit of a chat. It turns out Bernie found the secret nap room.
I did. I found a room around the corner, Rick. Now, here let me
One tractor in the plow.
Convention center. When an armed police officer comes in the room, don't pop up and say hello because
It's a good tip.
What happened?
almost turned into a level from a video game. Now that I scared the guy. He was coming in to eat his lunch. There's like a hidden panel room here that has nobody in
Oh,
it.
so
So he
he
knew
thought
about
that
the
he
hidden
thought it was his secret room.
Yeah.
You
And
guys
he-
established a schedule? for
Guess what?
tomorrow?
He had the gun, so it still is his secret room, and I'm back over here now. It's funny though because E3 is in a really interesting transition period where it's going from an industry-only event to a public event. So there's lots of spaces in the LA Convention Center that have not traditionally been used by E3, like panel rooms and things like that. Nobody ever went to panels really at E3. I'm sure they had some, but
Yeah, so and now that Jeff Keighley's running some
I'm
panels,
gonna go
like, that's
this
changing
way.
a little bit.
Right.
But for this has really always been the event where you come. There are game
WW
demos.
Gaming,
you stand in line for a
G2A.
while. You make your
It's
appointments if
cheap
you're fortunate.
on
You see stuff and
G2A.
you go. But there's not a lot of discussion around like games as an industry. that happens at E3. It's really about specific titles.
Where'd you guys go?
I'm really
I'm
hoping
climbing
I get a
this
little bit more
tree.
time at some point to walk around out there. I did finally find.
I literally, I can't
really
believe I
wanted to
made it
find on
through.
the floor, and I found one.
What'd you found?
A wireless Vive solution. Though it's not something that they're selling yet, but it was there's a booth out there for
Oh, God.
Link XR, and I got a chance to watch it being used. I haven't got a chance to try it yet.
So we have a bunch of people here. We're looking at the hashtag RTE3. We want to talk about
Tough
this.
towing the
Guys wanna
tractor or
talk
something.
about?
Okay, well, there I go.
So just looking at a lot of people
Landed
here
on my
are
wheels.
interested in Sea of Thieves, Skull and Bones. Those are this is like a Pyrodoc. There were so it's two different games. One is coming from Ubisoft, one is coming from Rare.
do you have a favorite? I mean, are you one versus the other?
So I like, and I've missed this for a while. I've missed the sort of cheeky British humor that we got with Fable. So I like that about Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah,
Really,
I'm
Sea of Thieves
doing
is
it.
Oh,
actually
God.
more
I'm doing
cartoony
it.
and like a little bit more
I'm upside down in
stylized
the
and
river.
funnier than some of the like early
Oh no.
brief gameplay clips we got.
right.
And so it's really warming me up.
Yeah, it's in our interview segment yesterday with Rare. I was struck by the fact that I was sitting there realizing what was the last big Rare title that came out. Because Rare's a huge developer. They have some of the biggest
Viva Pinata.
groundbreaking titles. That's a long time ago, though. Viva
I
Pinata.
know.
Yeah.
The I think I remember.
He said they did some Connect Sports games. That was the last big thing they did.
Oh, that's
which
right.
were
They did
sellers,
work on that.
but yeah.
Yeah. So like Sea of Thieves is like the new project they're working. They've been working on it for a while. We've been following that game for a couple of years. So it's nice to see it, at a state where they're showing extended clips of gameplay. I like the style of it. Skull and Bones seems like it's a bit more of a serious approach. So I think that's going to be the really the distinction between the two for a lot of people. I remember yesterday we ran a poll for everyone on live@e3.com, asking people which one they were more interested in, and Sea of Thieves it was like 65%, something like that, are really looking forward to Sea of Thieves.
I think we're at a point with Sea of Thieves though where you're much closer to seeing what the game's gonna be.
Where the hell did
And
word go?
we're running the poll again. Why not?
There it is again.
I'm down here.
So I mean, it may not be necessarily.
Well,
fair to
that tells me precisely nothing.
What the final game is going to look like. Whereas Sea of Thieves, I feel like we're getting pretty close, pretty dialed into what the finished product's going to be.
I will say
I'm
that
dragging this
very
big old
much
tractor all
enjoyed
around.
All the ship-based combat that was
I like
in
it.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I'm just
Definitely
rolling
get
myself
the vibe
around.
That what we're seeing from Skull and
You can
Bones.
GTA where I'm trying to do that right now because I'm on my side too. So.
Right, like they used that as the skeleton and then built upon those Skull and Bones.
Well, it's also a big gameplay difference though between big gameplay difference there between the idea of having multiplayer on one ship versus multiplayer on multiple ships. So having 5v5 be 5 ships.
Something tells me
on
you're
5
not
ships
down
as
here.
opposed
Oh
to
shit.
a crew. Right.
Yeah, and here's the thing is that might.
Oh no, but I'm down
might
here with tough. Keep
end
coming.
up tilting me a little bit in the Skull and Bones direction. Is if it's a multiplayer only.
If you keep coming down that way, you're gonna jump right on top.
Be able to,
Mike's
I'm
into
not
it.
gonna get anywhere. My boat's gonna be sitting in the middle of the ocean, just doing nothing.
I removed a cloak!
'cause it can be hard
What
to
game is
get a
this,
lot of
Joy
players
Killer?
together
This is
on
spintires,
a
man.
regular enough basis.
Oh.
At least for me, there's a lot of people committing that very
Don't do
successfully
that.
all the time.
There's also matchmaking. they
There's a
said.
blue truck
But
down
how
here.
many
I
people
want to
can
drive
enjoy
it.
that game?
Right, it's like sailing a ship together. It's gonna be
Break.
Most people just
Break.
most people have
Break.
mics and
What?
Oh.
they take out of the rotation.
Well, and sometimes those who use mics do.
Oh god, yes.
That is 100% true. Yeah, absolutely.
That was easy enough.
Well,
If only mics were privileged, not a right.
pirates are a salty lot, so
That's true. That maybe just give you a more
Okay,
authentic
let's see if we can do
experience
this the
than you
easy
otherwise
way.
have.
yeah.
Also, if there, I would like to think that there's a mechanic in there. If
Yay!
you have a pirate on your ship, that is a real huge
Oh,
nonsense. You can just
also,
walk them on the blink.
Yeah, there you go. Just like leave them in the middle of the ocean somewhere.
And
Kieran,
release the break.
Western,
Oh, look at the
West
smoke
66
coming out of my
doesn't
stacks.
play
That's.
the last thing
I got flames coming out of my
Oh,
freaking
They-
stacks.
I mean,
Yeah.
we mean
Oh,
like
that's
the new
awesome.
thing, though. Kieran, come on.
Yeah, a compilation of their greatest hits is like not considered to be a new title. One thing I really liked about Sea of Thieves, the mechanic in there, which I noticed in the gameplay trailer that they showed during the Microsoft.
You fall on the
press
road around,
was
Mike?
This new.
Yeah, I just kept going.
Loot, which is funny because loot is like the perfect,
Right, yeah.
Pirates are the original looters, and it reminded me a bit of I played this is gonna sound like a strange comparison, but I played the Division and the Dark Zone elements of the Division, where when you get something amazing, it's not really yours until you get away with
Go,
it.
go,
Right,
go.
you still have to escape.
Right, and in this case, it's a
You
little bit
little
of a
love
blind
tap
box
there.
where you get these loot chests, and you have to get back to an outpost to open them up. But still, at the same time, you know,
I don't know, man. We see flames coming out of an exhaust system. I think there's something wrong with the heads on it.
Right, I mean, they all
Yeah, you
went
pretty
and found
much screwed the
point.
pooch by
basically,
then.
puts a kind of a target on your back.
Operator error.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
do
gonna be a
want
pirate or a
Maybe not.
pirate?
I'm in the mud, guys.
Pirate Square.
There you go.
Someplace.
we-
Pirate or pirates?
I was trying to come up with like some sort of like square peg.
You can tell which one they
wordplay.
are.
It didn't work.
The two eye patches.
I'm
It's
gonna give
sweet.
Mike
There's
a little
lot of, like,
hand here.
games that are kind of paired off this year. And
What are
another
some of your
odd
other
one
pairs?
is XCOM 2 and
And Mario
Oh,
plus
Mario
Rabbids
Mario
of all
plus
things.
Rabbids. Yeah, all the franchises that I thought I'd never be comparing to each other. Those two franchises is like I really want to play both of those, but you know, I mean, Mario plus Rabbids is obviously the newer experience, and I'm curious to see what they've done with it.
I feel like there's room for both.
I'm gonna try to come to you
I
guys.
definitely think so. Yeah.
I don't.
Tough,
maybe
can you
pirate
make
head-to-head,
it
there may be
daytime as soon as it gets
reasons to
dark?
go to one or the other. I feel like
Right.
the XCOM and
Yeah.
Rabbits. And Mario Plus Rabbids. People
Well,
Yeah.
that's also might be a platform.
Woohoo!
Right.
Like you gotta switch. Mario plus Rabbids.
It's the
I think we're
got-
coming
got
towards you there,
not
Work.
Switch,
I found you.
got XCOM.
Yeah, I think that like almost Mario plus Rabbids feels like it would be an introduction into that when someone would graduate from that to playing the XCOM franchise. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah, well, that's something that Nintendo does quite well. Is it takes a lot of these genres that a lot of people might be intimidated
having a
to
little
hop into.
slow
a strategy
go of it,
game.
are ya?
There's so many moving pieces, and,
Yeah.
and you worry, and Gus is gonna die, and you're gonna be sad. Nobody.
Give him
wants
Mike a
that.
little tug.
Look at that
Digital
picture.
Gus, don't worry.
You
Somebody
gotta-
needs to. I mean,
Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
but the
Parakeet on
Mario
your
plus
truck there,
Rabbids, like,
Word?
it makes it look
yeah, I do.
cute and not scary.
Why are you
Very
dead?
approachable.
Right. So you're right. So it can
Pretty
be
much,
really
man.
good
743 of
without
1,000.
realizing
I forgot to
so
turn
you
my damage
now
back on.
fall
Alright, hold
down
on. Let me help you
the
out
black
here.
hole of strategy games.
I'm pretty sure you get a lot more huggable merch out of Mario Plus Rabbids than out of XCOM, too.
There is.
There we go.
and I'm sure it's very merchy.
I'm also super excited about Crackdown 3, and mainly because I really liked.
What's your
Crackdown.
damage at?
Crackdown 2 was a little bit
226
took the wind
of
out of my
1,000.
sails. Go back to our pirate references here, but yeah, Crackdown 2 was a letdown for me.
Alright.
And so I'm really
This is
hoping
what it's
they
all
can
about right
use
here,
that for
guys.
some of the magic
Helping
of
each
the
other
first
out and to get the hell out of my
Crackdown
way.
3.
I mean,
Talk to them about Crackdown 3. Do you, and so I've never played one of the Crackdown titles.
Okay.
Should I go back and play 1, or should I jump into 3?
I talked about that. The franchise is a little bit irreverent. Obviously, they have Terry Crews as one of their main voice actors.
Tremendous, yeah.
Yeah. and
Terry
it's-
loves Crackdown.
and basically is the spokesperson of the franchise now. Yeah, and I asked him. I said, is it?
Wow.
Do you
Wow.
like
So
to have?
we've got this poll up here on live at e3.com. Also, live83.
There you go, Live A3.
Live83.com, and to see which game you
yeah, the
guys
game is
are
on
more
Steam. The
interested in
game
at
is
the
actually
moment.
very
Is
cheap
it
on
the,
G2A. I was
uh,
seeing the other day.
Live
Spintires.
A3, yeah.
Yeah, like $4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so far, so it's between right now XCOM 2 and Mario plus Rabbids, and
Really?
78%, 77,
Well, yeah,
78-ish% of you guys
Yeah.
are in the Mario plus Rabbids.
Well, no,
camp.
yeah, that's everybody. That
I
bought
love
Switch
them.
to
I
play.
love
What
running
else
through
are
the
we gonna
mud,
play?
There
water
we
in
go.
this vehicle.
Ryan has to add
Had to get that in. Didn't
has to
you,
add the
Ryan?
cloud to your silver lining. That's what Ryan
Let me
is
see,
doing.
I wanna get a
On the
giant,
flip
giant
side,
truck out.
There are
Hold
a
on.
lot more people that have PCs that
I
play
gotta find a
XCOM.
good place to put it though.
So the
Ryan, a
the
response.
pool there is
What do
bigger.
you want to do?
Here, Jammer, what's going on,
yeah,
brother?
But, they're too busy living.
I'm going
lives
to,
vote here. Those are the
I wanna
power
get a
players of
massive
the world.
truck
They got this
spawned
on
in.
the background, but they don't have time to like vote.
Ryan, you talk to plants. I don't know why we're listening to you.
Look, Sarah
Spawn.
and Stanley are beautiful, and you should stop.
Dildo! I
I
mean,
don't know where this was taking place. I'm now nervous. So it does go to show, though, if you're going to develop a new game and you're going to try to tackle a very well-established genre where there's a huge player and turn-based combat, that's XCOM. That nobody does it better than XCOM. If you're going to do that, go out on the fringes. Do something new with it. Turn the whole genre on its ear if you can. You'll make a splash. And clearly, that's what Ubisoft did with Mario plus Rabbids.
They also made a splash with Skull and Bones. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, you
oh, look what Tough spawns in.
No, I'm just
What
gonna
is
try
it?
and stop making more videos. I'm looking
Grim's
forward
favorite
to
truck.
keep touching this stuff.
Yeah, that's
There's
kind of the
actually
one I was
two
looking
or a
for.
couple different
Something in
ones,
that vein, anyway.
The coverage that we have here today.
Huntsman.
So the YouTube coverage that we're doing
Yeah.
live at E3 covers all the biggest titles, big announcements, and all the press events of E3 2017. But this is also a YouTube presentation. There's actually been a major development in the world of YouTube today. I don't know if you guys heard about
I did
it
not
today.
hear.
So Anthony
up, you
Padilla,
sexy
one of the
bitches?
founding members of
Not much.
Channel
What's up,
Smosh,
buddy?
has left the group and is now no longer a part of Smosh. He's making apparently
What's
videos
up?
Independently on its own. And for those of you, I don't know how you wouldn't be familiar, but for those of you, who've
Damn,
not
just
heard
because I
of
call you a sexy
Smosh,
bitch
if
doesn't
you
mean you
look at
act
the
like
number one
sexy.
channels on YouTube, across the entire platform,
Hey.
full history. And Smosh
Hey,
has
big
always been right there in the top 2, if not the number 1
Can't even
channel
do it right.
on the platform in terms of subscribers. So from the very beginning, that team at Smosh really
Give him a couple beers, I bet he could.
really understood what people were looking for.
What, you wanna see me get
So
sloppy?
It's a really huge development that Anthony Padilla is going off and doing his own thing, and they've got videos on his channel, videos on Smosh, and so we just want to say, from everybody we wish Anthony the best of luck in his new endeavors, and looking forward to seeing what Ian and the rest of the Smosh team do in the future. But it's interesting to see these things when they take place, because it's certainly not the end of the Smosh story, but it's certainly a new chapter for everybody involved. There's not many brands out. There's not many brands out there that are like Rooster Teeth, where it's a group of people, you know, working on something.
Oh yeah, I got airborne.
One
It's
individual.
like a person.
And the channel's named after the person as well. So, you know, it's like whenever we've looked at things we were doing, and we tried to find other people who were doing something similar out there in the online video space, I always came around to people like Smosh or College Humor, you know, and looked at them and saw what they were doing. So
what are you guys doing tonight?
It'd be interesting to see what happens.
I'm
but
just
I'm sure
chilling. We've
everyone
got
will be very
I've got
successful.
E3 running on my
I mean, YouTube's a
stream.
really awesome platform, just as far as making it really.
And
easy
my-
to,
my-
like get
I
started,
got
get
my
doing stuff.
friggin'
like you can go
Fallout
from zero
all
to making
screwed up,
things.
so I
It's-
didn't want
which
to
is-
time to
is
fix it.
super awesome,
swear,
and they've
and
made all of this
scream on
possible for
stream,
us.
So I decided to
They're
switch
really
over to
cool.
spintires.
And I'm
Something you don't
digging
really
Yeah, well, that's
pay much
crazy. I saw
attention
Ian
to.
at an event in New York just recently.
Considering we don't play the story mode, so you know.
I saw him and they built this huge media empire.
I've been really
And
wanting
then
to
I don't know how he
do
now is still in his
the
20s,
forest,
doing it
do the
for
story,
over a decade.
get the
Okay,
story
we're
taken care of.
just wait till
Such a
tomorrow when I get
I
home.
think
I'm
really
getting my one
demonstrated
Father's
the
Day
power
gift
of those
early.
people who have a clear vision, you know, can
Then we'll
find
do
a
the
big
forest.
core audience and then just grow it from there.
Well, it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
I've
for
got
sure.
this like
For now,
18
we're
wheeler.
gonna
I think
go
it's like
to
it
Gus.
looks like a P.
That's me. I'm Gus, and I'm sitting over here.
And
What
we're
are you
trying
talking
to
about not wanting to
find
do
it.
matchmaking in Sea of Thieves
And
or
what
doing
did-
like a
what-
single
what-
player stuff?
Yeah, I
What
want to
are
be
you
able to
guys?
do a lot of single player where I don't
I
need to
guess
rely
the
on
girlfriend's
other
getting me a
They did mention
$50
we
Steam
talked the other
card from
day
her and my
that if you play
daughter.
by yourself,
So.
you get a
So
little
you'll be able to
mini
get
boat.
like
I
1,000
got a little bitty
things.
boat.
Yeah, you get a little mini boat. And,
Yeah.
you can do stuff on your own.
Can I give myself orders?
You can order yourself around. You can even take a
Yeah.
succulent on the boat if you want, Ryan.
Yeah, Sarah Stanley, fight to the death.
So I just want to let you know because I remember that we did ask him.
Apparently, I found the
Yes, I
fueling
appreciate
station.
That makes me happy. I will take the little boat.
All right, so
A sloop, perhaps.
a sloop maybe. I want to thank everyone for watching YouTube Live at E3 with Rooster Teeth. Also want to thank War for the Planet of the Apes for sponsoring us, and want to remind everyone that if they want to go check out a screening of the show, of the movie, before it comes out, they can. They just have to go to War for the Planets. I said wrong. War for the Planet screening.
Yes, I'm 13. He's got it right.
There's a screen near you where you can catch the movie.
Were you in
Go to the
Were you in
check it out.
Discord yesterday when I
And, we're all
guessed
super
that kid
excited.
was
I love the
turning
series of movies.
13?
It's, it was one
Yeah,
of my
I've
favorite
seen
concepts.
that. That was
I
quite
think
He's
they're
like,
doing
oh my god,
a
how
great
did you
job with
know?
these recent movies.
You're all
And I
13.
believe we've got a little trailer to show, so why don't we check it out?
So there's
I don't know.
that.
I like your Gemmer's answer to the kid's question last night. Is tough streaming tonight?
I like this little thing I got here, Tough. You gonna go logging? Oh shit. I'd better go with you so I can heal you. No, I'm 30, bud. I just turned 30.
Oh my god, I just drove through Word.
No, I just was in that truck at one point. I'm behind you.
Oh, I don't see you.
Oh, I must have a truck you don't.
You see, no, he is 13, but he found that wishing machine from the movie Big from back in the 80s. You know?
Oh, so I made a wish and became a very, very shitty movie?
13 going on 30.
That was even shittier than the fucking movie Big. Tom Hanks doesn't even admit he was in that movie.
What was the one with the mermaid?
Mermaid.
Was that it?
Mermaids, yeah.
That's a clever name for that movie.
She was, that was a good movie, man.
Wasn't Cher in that movie?
Oh, I don't know. If Cher's in something, I tend to not remember.
I know she did a movie with Danny DeVito. Fuck if I can remember it. That's before she went down to the recycling center and got plastic put all over on her face.
Smart as hell.
I remember watching that one movie and I couldn't figure out whether it was her or the kid that had the face issue.
You know what? This thing really sucks in the water.
Does it?
Yeah, it's like really slow.
got a kick out of when she did that that music video on the big naval ship there. I think it was Turn Back Time or something like that.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hi, Internet. How are you guys doing?
Standing there in a freaking skimpy outfit made of leather and fucking dance around all the boys in there and the Navy.
While we're waiting for that, though, we are joined by Brad and Cameron from the Minecraft team. Welcome, guys.
Hello. Well, if anybody's up for it later on, I will be going for a chicken dinner.
Okay.
Entry in the press
I might actually be able to do that today.
Can you? Apparently not. You are like the voxel giant, you know, like the steamroller always happens. So that's exciting though. So
I found that
what
truck
all
I was
got
talking
announced?
about. It is
What do you say is the biggest thing Minecraft that happened this E3?
Biggest thing. So, well, the thing that we've been working on.
It's a badass
kind of a lot of
too.
things going on
Shit.
with Minecraft. The thing we've been working on is the new book.
This P I've got.
Super graphics pack.
The P?
So lots
Yeah.
of new stuff in there. So atmospheric scattering, shadows, all the shaders are new. New materials, new textures.
Must not have it because it's not showing up on mine.
Don't worry, it only took them 900 tries to spawn different weapons.
Yeah, it's a fantastic looking pack.
Yeah,
it works
it
really
did.
well with the Better Together update.
Now, if this game had weapons in it too, it'd be amazing.
Where the shader pack will appear.
No, Better Together. So that's part of your initiative to bridge the different operating systems together.
Yes. Yep.
So if I'm not mistaken, it is Xbox, PC, phone, and Switch.
That sounds about right.
And maybe Mac in there too. I don't know if that counts.
I don't go too far.
Okay, sorry. Who plays games on a Mac anyway? Well, I mean that's just really cool. It's kind of neat to think that like we could have a server, you know, like maybe Achievement Hunter could have like a server that we work on that maybe fans could come in and check out and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. I'm excited for that.
I really want to know what this means, though. So we've got a well-established.
Looks like they got
on
got the
Xbox
suspension pretty good on that truck. Word.
So
Yeah.
can we open that up now to other platforms?
I want to see what kind of
Yes.
attachments it
Anything
has.
on the Better Together update, we'll be able to join. And when the Super Duper Graphics pack come out, play with that too.
Holy shit, a ton of them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So is it just Xbox, or like if I have like on my phone, I've been building a world, can I open that up to everyone else? Or
Cadillac
is it
trailer.
specifically Xbox?
As far as I understand. Yep. Yeah, we've been very heads down in the Super Duper world, and so that's kind of where our expertise are.
Okay.
But you're correct.
Now this play together functionality, though,
Yep.
this ties in with the version of Minecraft that is available on the Microsoft Store, correct? If you're talking about on PC.
Yes.
Which is a discrete version from the one that is more of the Java based.
So Mike, what are you gonna buy with your $50?
Or does that one have?
I don't know yet. I know I want to get the forest. I don't know what
plans
else.
to announce about Java and Win 10. And
Is there anything good out there?
The Win 10 version is the
No.
base, the Bedrock one that's going to be spread across all the
Not
other
really.
platforms that we're talking about.
There's,
So you guys have been working on the Super Duper graphics pack.
Yes.
And so what's it like taking something that's so well known, like Minecraft, like the aesthetic of Minecraft has been around since the beginning, since Alpha or whatever it was back in the day. Hasn't really been hasn't been changed too much. I mean, there've been like holiday packs and especially like Skyrim packs, you know, Halloween packs.
Yep.
But this is like you're taking something very, very well known and just flipping it and making it more realistic. What's that like?
Well, it's interesting. Our goal
Yeah, I
is
was
to
going
really
through the Steam
realistic
store last
feel.
night
It's
there, and
more
there's
to enhance
nothing.
Kind of the feel that the
Guys,
game's
I'm gonna grab
already
something
had,
really quick.
and
I'll be right
opening the
back.
door for the community to do the things that they've been doing already. So you can look at the community and see all the shader packs,
You'd be
they're doing,
better
the
off
texture
getting
packs,
a,
all the great work with three-dimensional
just a
objects they've been adding.
debit
And it
card
really
or
inspired us to
prepaid
look at
credit
how
card and go on and
can
buy
we make that
the
part of
on
the real game,
Yeah.
the mainstream game, so that it's safe to use, it's easy to use, the community can have a strong, open environment to build upon. So when they look at our shader pack in the future, don't look at it as this is it. This is just the start. It's the start for us and the start for the community to really take the look in the direction they want. We provide them the ability to go in and change those things both in-game. So if you don't like something that we've added, that's fine, turn it off. If you want to
I would say
expand
player
upon that
unknown, but
yourself,
you already
please
have
do.
that.
We're really
Yeah,
excited to see
thanks,
what we
man.
can do with this in the future.
We gotta get on together, all of us again, one night and freaking do it. I see you guys are tearing Lady up there the other night. Oh, you and Tough.
Yeah, Tough got him good. Got him right in the ass.
What we've added with the Super Duper graphics pack is now you have more information to work with. So you have normals and tangents, all the stuff that you need inside of the shaders to actually make things work the way that you want them to work that you didn't have before. So we really kind of look at it from a perspective of
This isn't just a once and done thing and something that just we make, but we like to enable our community to make all kinds of new things. It's kind of the Minecraft mantra altogether.
Well, what will the process be like for someone that makes something? Can they share it? Where is there going to be a common place where they can go to give those, get those in front of other people?
Yep. So they can package it all up inside of a resource pack and then just share it as they like.
Across platform, so these things will work on.
How quick is someone going to make an Achievement Hunter pack?
It exists now, I'm sure.
Or someone's already working on it right now. Jeez, that's gonna be awesome. That's cool. And so, like you were saying too, like if for example you want everything to look pretty, except you want the water to be just like the original Minecraft, you can do that. You can just disable just that one thing.
Yep, absolutely. Our goal is to provide you with a way to craft your own visual experience, the same way you craft your world or you do crafting gameplay. You know, like when my kids look at it, they're like, "Oh, that's too scary."
I don't want to eat too much. I'll get fat.
So we don't want to enforce people to play it the way that we have it presented.
I am worried about getting fat.
Not gonna get fat.
Yeah,
I got to keep my figure for tough.
Turn off.
Exactly. Don't you be putting on no pounds.
Little late night shading
Goddamn,
when it gets
bust
to
a mile on a
sunset,
treadmill. You ain't careful.
So will that carry over to like avatars?
I will get on Jenny Crack in a minute.
Custom avatar for myself?
Hell
Is
yeah.
that in the
Jenny
package?
Crack?
Or is that separate?
We have the same support for making custom skins as we've had.
Shoot.
If you've noticed on like the PE event
I'm
inside
just
of it,
warning you. That booty starts swelling up too much, you know.
and all of those things, including 3D geometry and blocks and mobs, will become more easily addable for every player.
They need to fix 7 days in general.
Oh, I can only
Now
imagine
everybody
us
that's
wondering
watching Word
as
Stream
us
is
in
probably
Achievement
thinking
City.
something.
It's coming.
Absolutely.
So
Oh, yeah,
talking-
guaranteed.
Talking about the
Nah, they're not thinking. Don't worry about it.
Saying, now everything's running 4K.
It wouldn't be
60 frames per second.
with me if they did.
Minecraft is not the one that immediately jumps to your mind. It's like that's gonna really take advantage of.
Now I need to get my camera. Hold on.
What
we
can we
did.
expect to see with 4K? What do people not
Where
realize
in the
that 4K is gonna
flip
bring?
are you guys?
Well, so
Oh, I had a friggin'
we kind of take
go back to the main
a
base.
lot of effort to make every texel look
Hey,
good.
if you guys back out, I'll
So
play with you.
we're really focused on getting the polish down.
We got to do default maps because they don't have the modded maps in.
Better.
That's
Can we
right.
back out and pick up gear, guys?
Everything.
Sure.
How cool is it to develop on the Xbox X?
I haven't played spintires in a while.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Checking it out. So, Ryan, do we have any questions from
That's,
the audience?
I'm checking for the again hashtag RTE3 and
Spintires
hashtag
is pretty
YouTube.
much a game where you
If you
drive
have any
through mud.
questions for these guys about what you might like to see
There's
in
no
Minecraft,
objective, really.
there's
I mean,
a
there
question
is
here,
if you really want to do
from
it, but
this is from
mostly
Wizard.
everybody
Turtle.
just drives through
Great
mud.
wisdom comes from Wizard.
Yeah,
Turtle.
there's a story mode.
Different platforms have different map sizes. What will be
I didn't know about
maps
the
will
story
be,
mode until I was screwing around watching somebody else's videos.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Invite friends. I shall invite my big beautiful
Yeah,
mic,
with the
my
release
big
of the
beautiful
Bedrock
word,
engine going
my
across
big beautiful
multiple
gear.
platforms, we've done a lot with that version of the game to allow us to have larger world sizes on most platforms.
Okay.
They're limitless.
Oh no.
Yep.
Damn it!
Oh no.
Want to send me that notification again? Actually, I'll just join you.
Yes.
That's a nightmare.
The
dear
voice
Lord.
from beyond over there
What will
speaks
we
the
do?
truth.
We don't have the achievement for filling up all the maps yet.
Yeah, we needed what?
better get started.
25, and now we got limitless.
That's
Dude,
a
think
lot.
about we
Kinda
could have like
weird.
achievement
What's kinda
island, where it's
weird?
like you could have your own island, do whatever the hell you want, and make
already
weird
lost.
death
There's
traps.
no
I could
cops
have my
on
nice
you?
build, like Fortress Island.
I have not yet learned to
Okay,
navigate
what the
achievement hunter
hell?
Prime
It's a
map.
game!
I still get lost. You know your way around.
I know my
but
way
I
around.
don't
For
know
some
where I'm
reason,
going
I just
most of
froze
Been in
up.
there for like 4 years now, dude.
But I need like a look. We just figured out how.
It's my son.
Now, so
My
you
son
can see
did it.
farther.
There we go.
So now you're not
Oh,
lost.
no, that helps.
Yep.
That actually
Spin
helps
tires
a lot.
crashed.
Well,
It's
true,
probably
we can
because I
also play it
didn't
on PC
just
now,
close
too.
the game
So
out to
that's
do
right,
this.
instead of our Xbox. That
Yeah,
could
the
be,
Windows 10 version.
we'll have to convince Jeff.
I
to play it
hate
on
the way that does it. I love the game.
Too.
It's such
So,
a beautiful
the Windows
game.
10 version is also the version that supports VR.
But they got to screw with you.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Ryan coming. Ryan 3.
It's finally possible.
Old lobby. Oh,
That's
no.
one of the things I've been really excited about is being able to. And if
Joe,
this
Joe, 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 Joe,
works
Joe.
as it sounds like
Hey.
it will, we will be able to use that
All
save.
right,
and
now
open it up
invite my beautiful
PC
friends.
platforms, which means putting a world that we have experienced purely in this 2D, 3D realm and put it into virtual reality, which I
I
can't
should.
wait
Oh,
to
Word can't
experience
host though.
that
Damn it.
place that we've lived for so long in such a different way, especially with prettier graphics.
Yeah, VR experience is very cool. Very immersive. It's a much different experience.
Why?
I
What's up?
wonder,
Have you guys got to play?
Oh, because he's got a truck that I don't
What's your favorite thing
have.
about moving it into VR?
Honestly, the first shock that I had was how big the pigs are. The first time
Yeah,
I
you
walked
got
up
that
to a
kick-ass
pig,
truck.
all right.
Oh, you talking about that Peterbilt?
We actually
Yeah.
have a thing. We built. We have
Just
a
have
thing in the
them
game called
post
Tower
it.
of
Don't
Pimps,
start
which I
it.
don't know if
Just
you're
invite
familiar.
us all.
It's
Put it up
it's
there. We all
obsidian
can
and 4
download
gold
it and then
blocks.
jump back over
So it's
yours.
5 blocks tall. We built an actual
Do
life-size
that.
Tower of Pimps.
Where is
for our
Word?
RTX.
Word's at his camera right now.
And
He got his
people are
camera,
overwhelmed
he
by how
just
big it is.
joined,
It's
he's
like, oh well, if you
fixing
think it's meter cubes, it's 5
Camera.
meters tall.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Absolutely.
And so it's funny. Someone actually took when we were
He don't have
assembling,
his
someone
headset
took an
on, though.
image of when we were building it and then put it next to what it looks like in the game, and it's kind of matches. Like,
Look
oh,
at that
actually, it's
beaner
like
cap.
scale,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, and that's the impression you get in VR is you stand there next to a tree and you realize that the leaves are right over your head and you start to crouch down. And, like, oh wow, this feels real and the scale feels real now.
Do you have any sense of like height, like where you don't want to fall off something? Is
Oh
that-
yeah, it all
I don't know
reinforces
what
it.
other mod to throw in
It's a
here.
great experience. You feel like you're there. It matches up, but you can still do all the fun things you're used to doing.
I really don't know.
And if you
There you
think,
go,
think
guys.
that some of
That's
those
one of the
nighttime raids by monsters are bad,
The
now,
river?
wait until they're coming at your face.
Yeah, until
Yeah.
arrows
There.
whipping by your head. And
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Planes.
Yeah, if you stand face to face, it's a different thing.
And they
That's
mentioned
not what mine says.
in people's ability to create
Yeah, mine says the river.
textures, they now can. We're gonna make. Sorry, my tongue stopped working for a minute there. I was overwhelmed by the
planes.
power of VR. Add additional geometry as well to the different characters. So, what's the process like for doing that?
Hey, Word.
Well, we
Yes, sir.
internally have quite
Go invite us
robust
to a
tool
game.
set, so we're gonna see how
Throw the truck
Yeah,
in there,
can
that
interact.
that way
Peterbilt.
we-
ways of
That way we all can
adding
download it real
geometry.
quick.
Oh
And then
yeah,
right now
that
it's a little
would be
cumbersome.
nuts.
Everybody who tries it knows, but we'll see what the future brings there.
Yeah, because we've seen different versions. Like
In fact,
plays as
do
Master
that with
Chief,
the
like,
mods
as a
you
character.
want to
And there's
run
2
that
versions
you
of
want to
Master
spawn
Chief in the
inward.
content packs
Yeah.
you can get right now. The
Okay.
original sort of
And
flat
I'll go
one
ahead
that
and
was just
start
skinned
it
over the original
with
the Avatar.
whatever
and
other
now
mods,
there's like a new
and
one
then
which is a
we
little
can
bit more
just
built
spawn
out and
in.
stuff. And then you
Gotcha.
see some of the
Whatever we
weird
want.
Halloween ones. There's like a floating.
'Cause if
Well, it
you
has a
have
decent amount of
things
slots
like
in
that,
it.
So.
And there's also a ton of really great community tools out there already that do this thing if you're not familiar with the process. So the community
My
is
son's
supported
asking
very
if he
well
can be a
in areas
YouTuber
that we
again.
haven't
Yeah, I can hear him.
yet, so.
We got a question here.
Yeah, I know you're not.
Let's see, where is it? There it is.
'Cause good
Mimi
YouTubers go to
for
bed at
Bird
night.
Dork. So now that
Listen
you're
to it.
Don't lie to
so
him.
they can play together. Does that mean also
Hey,
we assume
hey.
that the updates will be across the platforms simultaneously?
Yes.
from here on out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
So
that's one of the big things.
Yeah, that
everyone's
Pete's
excited about.
actually
yeah.
a pretty sweet
and
truck.
you anticipate keeping up this pretty regular content, regular update schedule
Yeah.
for all the
Yeah.
platforms.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Where's this going? Where is Minecraft? What's the end?
Yes, it's got the river for me
There is
too
no
over on yours.
Is
Unless that's what you chose.
as the
Yeah,
world's are now.
absolutely. Yeah.
That's right.
No, that's not what I
this-
chose.
This is a game that has a bright future, both for us and our community. And our community drives what we do, and we help to drive what they do. So
Why
there's no
is-
signs of an endpoint.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing about Minecraft is the community feedback has always been a huge part of the game. I mean,
Did you start the
ever
game
since it
up
was
with that
alpha
map,
back
or
then,
did you
listen to your
select it
community very
after you
proactive
started
about
it?
that. How often do you guys go on forums
After
or
I
Reddit
start-
or
No,
posts
before
or
I
anything or
started it.
emails and actually start scanning over? Like, do you have meetings
Hold on, let
where
me
you talk
see.
about like,
Let's
oh,
see
what
if
does the
we
community
can
say
get
today?
you to
Like,
download
like reactions and like
then
anything like that?
Yeah, we have a community
Go
team
back
on
and do
site,
the other guy.
and they are
Yeah.
always interacting with the
Something's
community. They're
weird.
always
It's
talking to us
spintires, though. It
about-
gets
about what they're
strange.
looking for, what they're frustrated with, what we could do better. What we can back off
Oh, you
on,
know
all
what
those
else
sorts
I
of
like?
things.
I
We hear it all the
really
time.
What's the biggest?
I don't
ask
see
from the
any mods
community
up
you get all
yet.
the time?
I think right now it's
Really?
stained glass for our version.
Stained glass.
right?
Yeah.
Stained glass.
I don't
Well,
either.
that's in the game already, though, right?
Not-
Okay,
not the
leave.
PE
I'll
110
invite you
version.
again.
Oh.
Yeah.
But if this is going cross
Fine. I'm leaving.
When it comes to that version,
Now that I
it'll be
have
on
all the
other
mods
versions that are
picked.
supported, yeah.
All right.
I go to single player
When is this gonna
tab
be available?
and then select my map
The cross-platform one.
before I start it,
It's stained glass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with cross.
and then I'll go ahead and,
Cross-platform.
go
what's
to
our answer on
multiplayer, create lobby, then
Now
load the
it's-
mods in.
Summer.
Yeah.
All right.
This
Summer.
summer.
I should have sent you all
This summer,
invites.
Oh, shit.
2017.
Yes.
Okay, we currently are in right now.
Yellow.
So right now. Imminently.
You just
Okay.
sitting there looking stupid.
It's dropping literally seconds from now. Maybe. We don't.
Yeah, I went ahead and started up and
Got
run
a
a
big red button just outside the
burn
room.
a set of
and
holes
jumping
through
up
it.
and down on it furiously trying to get it.
And then when's the super duper
No.
graphics update coming?
That's this fall.
Fall. Okay.
Okay.
We'll be with the Scorpio launch.
Oh, okay, cool.
Xbox One X.
That's okay.
Still in my brain.
They just announced. You got at least it's like when the year changes over from 2016.
Do you guys see the mods in there now?
Still keep calling it the last.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it apparently.
No.
You miswrite the date down, so well, that's exciting, man. I'm looking forward to it. Ryan, you looking excited? Are you looking
Startup
forward
trucks
to
are
Limitless
A469 and
Minecraft?
B66.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
I'm not looking forward to the lack of excuse I now have to building a lot of things.
Oh, wait a minute. Word's not even in
I've
here.
been riding that like, I'm gonna do. We do Let's Play series, and I've been riding a. I'll do it when we can do it in VR for a long time.
Yeah.
You guys really just took that away from me.
Yeah.
But
All right,
it's going to be so amazing to play that with something that previously you had to use mods.
Yeah, no problem.
To get to that same
Just
level
give me
of
a
fidelity.
jingle when you get that far.
In some ways, things like Optifine and that were kind of inspired the new look that you guys are going for on the console.
Absolutely. The community's been fantastic, and they continue to
Invite us again, Word.
You know, we just want to help them do more. And so we try to find areas where we can do that.
Is there any potential for future support in more of a mod?
Shit, I'm muted. Yeah.
The other PC version.
I'm picking the mods
I
first
know that's
before
a
I
weird
invite
space
you guys.
when you talk about
Just
moving into console
see if
and
that makes a
especially into
difference.
mobile. Is there any possibility of future mod support?
I think right now, if you look at the server updates that we're doing, you'll see a lot of the groups that were like kind of exclusively working in that area coming.
Really pisses me off that you guys all lost that high desert map.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
For that right now.
Well, for the time
That
being,
map
though, that's
is so
still
much
pretty
fun
big.
to
So
play
server
on.
supported.
But who doesn't have
mods
Spintires
is
Plus?
gonna be very playable. Like we played some of those as well.
Yep. And if you look at our new marketplace too, that's a great place to see what.
Who
might be
doesn't have
traditionally
Spintires
called
Plus?
mods coming.
No, I think we all
into
do.
the main game as well.
Is that going to be something that'll be open to more people in the community to be able to create their own servers with modifications on it, or is that still going to be for the
You guys
time
don't have
being
no
limited
maps?
by control?
Well, you know.
I
It's not
have
exactly my area of expertise, but
high desert, and then they have Whiskey River, which I validated my game file and caused Whiskey River to
And
go
I'm curious,
away.
like,
So I'm
if-
left
if
with
we
his
have,
high
like, we have
desert.
Achievement City, that's our main server. Is there any way we're going to be able to open that up publicly and like lock it down where no one can break or destroy anything, but people can just jump in and walk around our creations, or is that something we're not there yet?
I think that we are on the path to that.
Okay.
Right now we're just getting started, so we've been working very closely with some teams to help us figure out what's the best way, the easiest path for people to join the marketplace. And we'll see.
Does
we'll
it
see
say
what that looks like
volcano?
in the future.
Great. Well, hey, thank you.
Yep,
guys so much for coming
Volcano,
on.
3
We're
missing
both very
mods, and
excited to see where this goes.
1986 Ford
Anything
Bronco
that'll keep us in
Yep.
Minecraft a little bit longer and keep us involved and
Awesome.
I'm excited to see Ryan do more work. That's
I'm
always
gonna-
always fun. Make him build stuff in
You're
Minecraft.
not going to be excited because I'm going to do terrible things.
Oh,
I
God.
really
You're
like.
gonna
I
make
haven't
so many,
really
like,
messed with
high-rise
that,
things and like, oh, it's gonna be a
68
nightmare.
If I don't
100
make you
step
nauseous
side,
in
but it just
VR,
looks
I will
gorgeous,
fail.
There's
so
gonna
I
be
wanted
giant
to play
pigs
around.
everywhere. Oh, no.
Now that I know pigs are giant, absolutely. And just wait till the cows get you.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
You gotta stay away from those chickens too.
Well, thank you guys. We're going
Thank
to throw it over to Gus on the side stage.
All right.
And we can't.
There's all
can't
the
look
maps
forward
I
to it.
have.
I don't know why I phrased it that way,
Okay,
but I
no.
did.
We get it. We get it. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Can't look forward
Shut
to
up!
it more.
Right?
I would expect better from someone who spends his day talking to plants.
We can't not look forward to it any less.
I can't not
Right,
possibly unlisten to that.
There's one on there that's really, really good. Like Tata Hell or something.
We're joined by Matt
You
Pat
gotta play
here.
that
Yeah,
one.
glad to be here. Thanks for getting me out of the craziness of the show floor.
So, have you spent a lot of time on the show floor?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of different kind of like live streams, a lot of talks about VR. Hashtag humble brag, won a Pokken tournament earlier today.
kinda
So,
sweet.
so I'm
Okay,
now,
I have
like,
all the
E3 champion of
mods.
Pokken, which was pretty cool. But no, I've also got.
Are you really the E3 champion?
505
I mean, I'm the
TBT
E3 like YouTuber champion of Pokken.
That's-
So
that's
F100
pretty awesome.
step
I beat
side.
out 3 other people, guys. It was pretty exciting.
Oh, that's all. It's a desert out there. There's only like 4 people, right?
Right,
So,
yeah, exactly. So I beat out everyone who was interested. No, but it was a cool kind of like, hey, you're a first comer to the series, so you know how do you do? And then they matched you up with a professional. He trained you a little bit, and then kind of like threw you into the ring.
I wish
and
you
did.
give you
So
the option to
I
download
did
the
best.
mods while in game. You know
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying?
I've been stuck in here, so I'm just like trying to live vicariously through you. I was just ask you about what it is.
It gives you all the other options with Spintires Plus. You can reload it, vehicle XMLs and things like that.
Mario plus Rabbids. Have you had a chance to check it out?
So I haven't gotten a chance to actually get hands-on. I'm doing that tomorrow, but I have gotten to talk to Nintendo about it.
Yeah, if you want.
I've gotten a chance to see
Mike,
the game.
you got everything?
I stood in front of the screen, but I actually haven't gotten a hands-on experience yet.
Yeah, I got
it looks incredible.
All right, let's try it.
Never was really one too excited about the whole Rabbids franchise, but sprinkle a little Mario in it, looks great.
Yeah, it'd be better because then I would be the oddball
thing
here
in a lot of
because
ways.
I'm the farthest
strategy
away.
element looks really cool. It's like
these are
the Final Fantasy
ones that I've been playing
almost only in like the Mario universe. I'm also curious. Me as the theory guy, I'm also really curious because you see the Rabbids taking on the personas of the various Mario characters. Could that tie into Super Mario Odyssey and like how the hat is able to capture, you know, these other creatures and take possession of their souls or whatever? Maybe there's something there too.
I had not made that connection yet. So like the universes are coming together.
That's the ridiculous way that my mind works.
This board is a lot
No,
better
I
looking
see
than
that.
I
And
thought.
yeah, they do say capture.
Characters
I think
even inside it.
the other day. I think at one point we said possessed and said capture.
No, they are very. They're very proud of their pun work when they say it's the capture mechanism.
Yes.
All right.
Capture.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Y'all are very funny. Done a great job.
They understand the internet sense of humor.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I like it. What are, like, if you had to list like the top things you have seen so far? What are they?
Yep. So even though I didn't get hands-on with Rabbids game, I did get hands-on with Odyssey.
Time me out. Hold on.
And it is
I should be able to join.
I think
okay.
It's a really cool
Yeah, you were in there.
the Mario franchise. The different worlds that you're going to be hopping between are all really interesting.
Why can't you put the dump box on it there?
The capture mechanic.
I think you're too close to the wall.
The gameplay. You know,
Maybe.
Mario games, you tend to kind of you know what you're getting in for, but being able to like capture the different characters and hop between like their own unique abilities and things like that is adding a lot of depth to the gameplay and making it a lot more varied than it normally would be.
And it's adding a lot of mustaches to the gameplay.
A lot of mustaches.
Which I'm very excited about. Bullet Bill with a mustache.
Right?
It's great.
And the frog. I love that the internet.
Yeah.
I love that the internet, like, you know, the biggest meme to come out of the E3 kind of press conferences wasn't like gigaflops of gaming or like 4K or this and that. It was look at me, I'm a frog, with a mustache. That was it.
They're gaming in 2017.
Right.
Who cares about the tech specs?
Yeah.
Give us a frog with a mustache.
Well, and you know, to Nintendo's credit, they really get it, right? Like they get that the internet is such a meme-ish culture. They get that, like, give us a fun game to play, something that we can kind of play along with and joke about and kind of like lightly rib. And it's cool that
lightly rib it.
That
was free Nintendo.
I was gonna say Nintendo marketing team. This is available for you.
I can't get my trailer put on.
But
this thing,
no, so like it's cool that Nintendo's embraced kind of that culture. And also there's also these cool elements where you're taking a page out of a Link Between Worlds, and Mario is kind
There
of
we
like
go. After several attempts, I finally made it.
Where he's kind of like hopping around and doing kind of more traditional stuff in like that 2D space, which is pretty cool.
There we go.
That's
I pulled
one of
up
the big
here and I
ones
got
that
it,
we
Gear.
were also fortunate enough to get the world premiere.
I mean, I had to.
Duck Season, which is this VR game.
You know, I had to do
specifically for the
Garage
Vive.
and Plus. But
And it's great. So it's this VR experience that kind of takes you back to the 1980s. In your living room with like your retro Nintendo console sitting on the floor, your mom making sandwiches in the kitchen behind you, and it's this incredibly meta game where you get like this game's equivalent of Duck Hunt. You can like blow into the cartridge and things happen. You can blow into the console and things happen. Plug it in, you're thrust into the world of Duck Hunt. But you can shoot the dog. You can do all these things, and if you shoot the dog, it starts this whole sub-thread. Now all of a sudden it's a horror game where he's coming out of the TV and attacking you and stuff.
Kind of like The Ring?
Yeah, yes, very much so.
Don't not
So
let
it's
me
this
do it.
game that has like a lot
Is the dump box like a on the trailer or is it a trailer itself?
and they thought through it.
Oh, add the GBT tractor to it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I needed the trailer hitch.
Mini games that you can kind of conquer along the way, all kind of inspired by the original NES original NES titles. But it is a very cool, very well done VR experience that, like, I think there's going to be a lot of depth there. I think it's one that, when it comes out later this year, is going to be really big on YouTube to see people's reaction as they kind of discover the mysteries of this world.
Well, when you talk about like the developer
So you're
trying
in
to
top?
anticipate everything the players can do,
Yep.
it makes me think of like
Yay.
Stanley Parable, where you think like, oh, I'm going to be clever and do this, and there's no way they plan for it.
So if your ping's better than Mike's.
And they've accounted for it.
Absolutely, and it's funny that you bring that up because that was one of the things that we did yesterday. Was they have the whole E3 Coliseum here, where it's kind of a every day has its own sequence of panels with the developers.
Here
with
comes
celebrities.
who's
coming
that
in.
in the water?
And we
Is
did
that
a panel
Gear?
about what's the difference between a
There
good
he is.
game versus a good game for viewers online. And I think it's a very different
Surprising what that
element.
truck
Like,
will pull through,
Assassin's
huh?
Creed looks great, sounds great, going to Egypt, that's super fun, but is it a game that people are going to be really excited to watch online?
I
Not
really love the
necessarily.
suspension on that
Assassin's
truck.
Creed games have shown that people are kind of like, okay, this is
I gotta
a good
turn
story. The YouTuber or
down,
Twitch
down.
personality can't really convey their own personality through it, and so it doesn't really have that viral online like viewership that a lot of other games have. And I think that games like Duck Season, where they are kind of like very meta, very playing on the tropes of gaming, in the same way that like an Undertale did, or Stanley Parable did.
Both which were huge.
Right, exactly. Both did really well, and I think that that's the sort of game that gets people, especially online viewers and online gamers.
I wonder what you can fill this trailer
The only
with.
thing I keep thinking when you say this game's called Duck Season, I was thinking of that old Looney Tunes gag where they like pull the post
Like
off
to
like
put
Duck
my
Season,
wood in
Rabbit
it, big
Season,
boy.
Duck Season, Rabbit Season. So yeah, speaking of like streaming and Twitch,
Well, it would be
I feel
nice
like I've
if
been watching a lot
you
more
could put wood in it or
gamers
something.
streaming on Twitch, simply because of how much I love PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I feel like here I feel like there's been a buzz everywhere. I hear attendees constantly telling each other like, oh, have you been playing Battlegrounds? Did you see Battlegrounds? Did you see the upgrade for Battlegrounds? And I don't know if it's just because I'm listening for it, but I feel like it's everywhere and people are really talking about it, really excited about it. And I
They're
feel
talking
like
about how
they've been
huge
doing a great
PlayerUnknown
job
is
this
right
E3
now.
of not just having one big announcement, but every day there's still like another announcement or another update they're working on.
Yeah, I see they're fixing on fucking it up too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
it was so exciting to see that
Why,
make
what
an
are you doing?
appearance in the big press conference.
Doing shit like
I think
adding
it's the game
zombie
that most
skins and things like that into the game.
probably weren't aware of going into this, but to your point, like it was a game that was already gaining a lot of traction in the online community, especially.
Where's the fuel?
You're starting to see it kind of seed into the YouTube.
I really
want to
try H1Z1.
But I think. And so
I
it already
mean,
had this like really positive momentum. a lot
usually
of
when someone
traction,
says that, my
and
response
now, all
is,
of a
"No, you
sudden
don't."
that, it was featured in the press conference. It's
But
a huge buzz around
I've
here,
been wanting
and I think
to-
that's the one that's going to really explode.
I've been
under
wanting
the
to look
scene
at
as
it
well. And it's been- and
myself.
rightfully so. It's a fantastic game. It really deserves a
standalone
lot of the
look
attention that it's
okay.
getting right now. It's really smart for kind of this digital age, the online consumption.
There's a
and
lot
so
of negative
I'm
about
really
it
thrilled
in
to
here,
see
but there's also a lot of people
in the industry who
swear
wouldn't
by
have
it. It's their all-time
heard
favorite.
hide nor hair of it are starting to be
Well,
like, oh,
I
what is
watch
this
a
game?
couple
How can we
people
kind of, like, incorporate its
on
mechanics
YouTube
or,
that play
talk about
H1Z1 and
Yeah, and I've already started to see
I mean,
this.
it's
So
the same
it's
thing as
not, I mean,
PlayerUnknown,
obviously there have been other battle royale.
You're talking about King of the Hill, right?
They didn't invent the
Yeah.
genre. I just feel like they've really done a good job of polishing it and perfecting
Yeah,
it.
it's about kind
Yeah,
of refining the
King of the Hill
mechanics,
is much
figuring
more
out like
polished
what is the
than
right mix,
PlayerUnknown,
how do you
that's
kind of
for sure.
squeeze those communities
Yeah.
together, things like that really set that game apart.
But it actually had a
Joking
lot
before
more
that.
issues in the
Some of the
early
announcements
days
they
than
made seem
PlayerUnknown.
trivial or dumb to have an announcement like they're going to
So-
add vaulting or the ability to jump, over obstacles. Like, yeah, you would think that's like game mechanic 101. Like that should have been there, but everyone's like losing their shit. It's so awesome.
Right, absolutely. If the game is one that people are really excited about to begin with, any news is good news for them, right? Because that
bring in ATS to spintires right here.
you just want to be on
buddy.
the good side of the
Damn,
game and
Skippy.
not have to kind of like win their trust after the game is already out.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, one of the other big moments that's come out of this E3 that people are talking about is,
Like I said, I just
during
wish
the Mario and
we could
Rabbids
fill this
reveal,
with something.
Miyamoto coming out on stage, joking around with Igimo, and of course calling out the creative director for the game in the audience, who they cut to, he's like teary-eyed. And I was reading a story about him this morning where the creative director was talking about how he was living in Milan like in 2002, and he had heard a rumor that Miyamoto was in town. So he stalked Miyamoto and waited outside of his hotel room or outside of his hotel in the rain for 10 hours to try to bump into him just to get his autograph. So it adds even more context to that story.
That's incredible. That like and it's
Motherfucker
stories
Jones.
like that, the human element, that is so exciting. And I think that's overall, I know people have been kind of on the fence
Yo.
on whether this was good E3 or kind of like a, you know, not a super exciting E3. But I think
It don't matter.
what all of the companies
White's
have done
fine.
is do a really
Whatever.
good job of telling human stories.
But- Yes.
Like, you know, you had Microsoft's press conference that was like, here are the gamers, and these are the gamers that we care about. We are a game, you know, forget the sports, you know, sports, television, games. Like, we're focused on gaming. We're going to show 44
Yeah, we make it
games.
through this water.
You know, we are like a gaming platform, and we're going to emphasize you. EA's press conference was, hey, here are gamers that we have kind of thrust into the spotlight through, you know, esports or whatever, but like, here are gamers. We are creating celebrities out of people who are just playing this game on their couches. And then Bethesda started off theirs with like, we are Bethesda. Here's our kids. This is why we're passionate about making this. And it's
well,
so great
I'm a little foo bird.
things and to have this actually feel like a community rather than just like a sales event. Usually it's like,
Come
here's
on,
all,
Big
here's
Wheelie,
all
you
the
can make
trailers,
it.
here's all the flashing lights, here's all the like big fancy CGI trailers. But no, it's great to see people who are passionate
Oh,
about
no,
gaming.
the ditch for
say,
the win.
This
The
is
ditch
something
for
I
the
care
win.
about. This is something I really support.
What?
I present this to you, and those human stories and those human elements are ever
Mako, what's going on?
that comes out, and it's cool that this
Mako, you
E3
think you'd be on
has really
Discord
brought
at all
those to
today?
life.
Yeah, I agree. And I
Tonight?
think, you know, those are like the moments we want, those like story, those human
Do I
moments.
turn
And
from here?
I'm a little invested, so I'm a little what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm a little biased in what I'm about to say, but I also like that we're starting to see influencers and
Oh,
gamers
golly, this was a bad
incorporate
choice.
some of these
Yep.
presentations, people who are passionate
Oh,
about
what the
games
hell
that they're
just
gonna
done
talk
happened to
Right,
me?
in ways that aren't cringy, mind you.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I think like last year and maybe the year before that,
Oh,
you
God.
saw a lot
Turn,
of kind of like
motherfucker.
early phases of like incorporating
Turn,
influencers and
turn,
oh,
turn,
oh, that's
turn.
so
Oh, my
forced,
God,
oh,
turn.
that's so uncomfortable. But here,
Oh,
you know,
shit.
showing
Try-
off
try
like
this
we
corner
brought
down
in
here,
a
buddy.
group of players who are passionate about the first game
Oh,
of the series.
oh.
We're taking all of their
I just
advice.
broke
or,
my
you
neck.
know, they're
Oh.
kind of like a guild of people who are helping us kind of like shape
You know
this
when
new
you
game
jump on a
into what they always
trampoline
wanted
and
it
you
to be.
forget to go
Or,
rigid
hey, here's a
and it
group
just
of
collapses
players who are
your
naturally
whole
playing this
chest and you
game,
go,
you know,
you know,
engaged in
that
this
whole,
world,
that's
you know,
exactly what's
participating the way
happening
that
to
they
my
normally
character.
would. I think that was
like, oh my God, I think I'm dying.
You're starting to see companies be smarter about it, start to understand the digital space, the gamer
That
space,
Bronco
the
should have
influencer
died
space
in
a
that
lot
water.
better.
Yeah, that's because
that being said, the
I
Darwin
forgot to
project,
turn
maybe not so much. where
damage
they
back
brought on
on
the
him.
shoutcaster. and
Oh,
that
right, right, right.
That
Yeah,
one was
plus before I
like
started.
when it came to like
I was
there were
testing
good
some
ones
out
and then
the
there were
other
bad
day.
ones.
A little
and
too
that
much
was-
passion.
Yeah,
So I
a
turned
little bit too
damage off.
enthusiastic for that scripted event that he was calling there. Like
I
just
love the way
because
this thing throws
shout,
mud, though.
shout is in your name, shoutcast. It doesn't necessarily mean you actually have to do it the whole time.
trying to make it run his damn
Even
corner
as
up
a fan, you know, I've been playing video games for decades, and it's crazy to me to
Ooh,
sit
I
here.
made
I
it.
was, you know, this morning I was talking with.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going.
I love the Crackdown
Woo!
series.
Oh God!
Years,
Hey,
and now
tough.
I'm lucky enough, you know.
There's
to
no
decide
rhyme or
to sit
reason.
down
It's just
and
go.
ask
I turned my
why
diff
this,
lock
why
off
that, you know, why
right
does the game
these trees.
go
That might
this
not
way.
have
So
been
it's really,
right.
really cool.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
it's
you
one
and
of
Tough
the
are coming
things that
towards
I
me. I'm a
actually
little
had
foo
conversations
bird.
with Nintendo
Okay.
earlier today after we finished
I'll
the
see if I
tournament.
can't come
It
lend
was-
a helping
I
wind.
made the comment to them, I'm like, hey,
What?
if I had told
Oh!
5, 7-year-old Matt
What are you
that you're going to
doing,
be
Mike?
working with Nintendo at
Snorkeling!
the stage of the year, doing kind of like
Don't come this way, Tough.
get
You know
hands-on
those
experience with some of their
stacks
biggest
are
titles that people
not
looking forward to,
snorkels, right?
And
Yeah.
so to live that life
Alright,
and to, you know,
I didn't
Let
think
me-
it was this deep.
such a partner to them in a lot of ways.
Let me
It
get
is-
turned around.
it's a
I
dream
can
come true,
probably
and,
give you
know, I
enough
have them
of a
to
tug
thank, but I
get you
certainly
going.
have, you know, my online viewership, the loyal theorists
Well,
out there
I'll
who
give him
helped
a
me to
tug,
get
alright.
to where I am today. Like,
Also, I
to-
can't be
for
damaged
literally
by
making
water,
my
so I'll
dreams
just
come
pull
true.
right up in.
Imagine telling some little 7-year-old Matt Pat.
Well,
you're gonna play a
I'm
Pokemon
fully
fighting game,
damaged
and
now.
Nintendo's gonna be cheering for you.
Almost.
Yeah, and that there will
Alright,
be
I want to
people
see if this guy can
who,
do
you know,
it.
will be lining the E3 stage and like
Am I close enough?
doing the sprinkler
Yeah, you're
time.
close enough.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
It's a super inside joke for our live streams, but it's one of those things that like to know that people are so invested in the gamers that they follow online it's such
What
a
the hell?
environment. It's such a golden age for gaming, and it's really exciting to see kind of gamer
Didn't hook to
culture
him.
evolve
Alright,
into
Mike.
what it is today.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for taking the time to sit here and chat with me. I really
Oh,
appreciate it.
it's always a pleasure,
Yeah,
sir.
look,
Hopefully you get out and get to actually like experience some of the show floor.
I'm hoping I might have a little bit of time at the end of the day today.
I was gonna say either end of the day today or tomorrow it starts to ease up a little bit too. So.
Yeah. All right, let's throw it back over to the main stage. I see Bernie and Ryan over there.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We're slightly
We're
moving.
joined now by Sean Grady and Mike Young of EA.
I know
Here to
because
talk
the
a little
water
bit
level is
about
changing
Ah,
on my
I'm gonna-
vehicle.
I gotta jump right into the beginning of this because I
Ever
was in the
so
room for the EA press
slightly.
conference, and when it came up, the thing that I immediately latched onto when the Madden trailer started was university teams, and I was a big fan of the NCAA.
We're digging
franchise, when EA.
Yep, my engine's completely broken now. Awesome.
You know what's going on with the story there?
I gotta bail, guys. Damn it.
We have a story.
All right.
It's our first story mode in the 20
All right,
years
man.
history of Madden. Really excited about it. It's a very emotional journey. It's an origin story of a character named Devin Wade. Who we pick up
Get that son of a bitch moving, Mike, before you lose it all.
Trying to make the NFL.
Let's go.
It ends at the draft. So our story is about can these two
Hang on. I should detach the trailer. That might work.
a lot like
That
a
will
campaign
help.
Mode. And a big part of the story is that Devin Wade was a Texas Longhorn. So it adds that credibility. Texas kid being a 5-star quarterback.
Right.
Trailer floating.
We had a fake university or college. I
Hmm.
don't think the Madden audience would
We're almost there.
accept it as much.
We're almost there.
Oh, he's a Longhorn. That means something.
Right.
That's Vince Young territory. That's Colt McCoy territory.
Trying to get out of the water.
You knew what it took for him to get to that level.
Y'all
it makes
should
you
come
believe
see me.
that Devin Wade can get to the NFL.
Yeah, I'm like engine deep in water now. I know how you feel.
Oh no.
As a Longhorn fan,
No
I've
idea.
lost it. It pains me that you have to mention people from a decade ago. When you list off, it's been a tough couple of years for the Longhorns, but we appreciate the shout out.
Why don't you spawn one of your big trucks in there, Word?
Yeah, I will.
But when it
I
comes
just want to
to,
get out of the water with
adding
this
a
guy.
single
Oh, it's
player
all
campaign
clean
to a
now,
game
though.
like Madden, what does that mean? What can we expect to do in this campaign?
What's really cool is we made it for our hardcore gamers, but we also made it for a more casual audience that loves football, loves the NFL, just loves story. So you're gonna see telltale style dialogue choices. You're gonna
let you guys
see
come see this.
football set pieces that are like quick time events. You're gonna have core Madden, but there's a nice ramp to it. At the beginning, you're playing like a high school football game with no play calling. So it's way less intimidating to come in to this experience if you haven't played Madden for a few years, because you come into it for the story, and we make it easy if you're a gamer, in that it's pretty simplified in that you're not, you can't
I don't have a good
interact with
place
this
to
unless
drop
you're like
this.
an NFL head coach.
And knowing the entire offensive playbook of the Dallas Cowboys.
And what's really neat is Devin's journeys from a spread quarterback in college, so and trying to get to the NFL. So through the story, you're actually learning. There's actually some moments where you're in a classroom, actually being grilled about, footage, plays, and having to kind of read defenses and learn what play calling is. But it's all interactive, and your choices matter. You are going to decide whether Devin Wade and Colt Cruz make it to the NFL.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like a great entry point for people who now
what kind of truck do I order?
We're moving.
People who live in countries where American football is not popular. It sounds like this is a great entry point for the people to come in and almost get like a football primer.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, as we've shown this within
You have
the
to
company,
rescue it back.
at meetings, promoting what it is, a lot of our
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
counterparts always say, I don't really get American football. The rules are kind of complex, but I play this.
Right.
And I like a good story, and like Mike said, it's going to teach them a little bit about American football rules along the way, to the point where they don't even really know that they're learning about it.
Yeah.
Pick up on it.
Yep, that time I got to
A lot
rescue
of,
it back.
People love shows like Friday Night Lights. They weren't necessarily football fans. But
Bro, I
they
do.
love
Just
the
click on the garage.
authenticity
Yeah,
to that
click on the
town.
garage.
That's the tone we're in. That's the type of storytelling we're doing. In fact, one of our main characters is played by Jason Street, Scott Porter. So we feel like this is a movie quality experience. You'll come for the story. You'll learn a little football. But it's just a great football story with an amazing cast. We have Academy Award winner Mahershala Ali in this.
Wow.
We have Dan Marino playing himself.
Really?
Where are you?
Really cool.
You old guys know that name, we all recognize
I was going to make an Isotoner's glove joke, but that one really dated me.
Offensive line.
Yeah.
Yes, I do that reference.
But,
Where are you,
all right,
man?
So can you tell us? I mean, can I have specific questions? Like, will we be able to play combine events? Will we be able to play at the high school and NCAA level?
You will. It's an interactive combine.
year?
Okay. So Devin Wade is a quarterback, so you're going to do things that are authentic to a combine for a quarterback, throwing route trees and footwork drills and pocket movement.
Years gone.
College football is currently part of the storyline, but not necessarily traditional
Mike screaming,
way to play
"One
it.
more."
Right.
You might have some quick time type things or branching dialogue type
Pretty much.
moments in there. It's just such a big part of the authenticity of the story. You're playing high school football. You're playing 7-on-7
non-tackle football. There's so many unique things built just for this mode.
Yeah, it sounds like you're really bringing a totally different gameplay
I care
into
less
what
about
is a
football
traditionally
games.
pretty football heavy.
Yeah,
I would guess, since it's the football purely title. Has the transition into Frostbite being kind of the new engine you guys are using, was that partially motivated by having to provide these other experiences?
I mean, it was critical. We couldn't have done it without it. We started developing the story 4 years ago. We spent 2 years just on the script, getting it, movie quality. And then without the Frostbite engine, the ambition of the story wouldn't be possible. It's such amazing content-driven engine, but we go to the small town in and around Austin. Our story is set.
You still there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool.
Location scouting in Austin. The high school is from around Austin. The main street.
I just gotta find the fuel station here. Where's the fuel station here?
I don't know. I'm gonna remove another cloaking thing out here. Don't shoot your pants.
The ridiculous traffic on the freeway. It's also authentic.
We simulate that.
Well, there was something I read that really excited me for the gameplay mechanics of this version of Madden, and I'm going to read off here. I read that it's a new passing mechanic. You hold left trigger or L2, and an indicator pops up for your primary receiver. You can move the indicator around so your QB can throw a lead on a pass, so you can lead a receiver. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I can. First, I'll tell you that you actually get a little bit of a mini training experience inside a long shot. There's a mechanic you use that's going to feel very similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's like a nice...
Turn to your right, Word.
You described it perfectly. That's exactly how it works. It's
there's a
pinpoint a very specific
garage
spot on the field that you want to throw to, like
so I was
the
trying
back
to get
corner of an
to.
end zone, a sideline route.
I got a little bit lost at one point, but I'm back now. EDC Gaming, what's going on?
I've described it a couple times as a skill mechanic. It's a skill gap mechanic, meaning it's one that you're going to want to lab with. You don't just pick it up and immediately you figure out how to do it. You might throw a pick or two when you first start to use it, but I think over time our most elite players, which we have quite a bit of competitive gaming going on starting from last year, are going to really figure out when and where to use this mechanic and separate themselves from other players.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. For those of you who listen to the podcast, you know that I've talked about a game I used to play in arcades. It was John Elway's Quarterback, and they had a separate spring-loaded joystick for the quarterback for the passing, one for movement and one for passing. It was, it's a very difficult skill to be able to move the quarterback or stay in the pocket, stay protected, and still then lead the receivers. So I can't wait to see what especially some of the top Madden players do with that.
Yeah.
That'll be amazing.
That's an interesting reference because one of the risk rewards of this mechanic is you're using the left stick.
Hang on, I'm coming. I don't know if I have any, but...
You're giving that up. So you're kind of sitting in the pocket, essentially unprotected. You got to get rid of the ball pretty quickly.
Uh-oh.
At the same time. So
outside linebacker comes
What's up?
outside,
blows you up.
Yeah.
I was about to ask because that's got to be a huge mechanical.
Hey, was Tough running this show, or was
No, I am.
Second frequently as the quarterback to throw the ball.
It's me.
Anything that you add that changes the complexity of what that interaction is like has got to be scary to manipulate.
That's why I say you got to lab with it, and you actually, at the start of the play, you've got a hot route that's identified by a color when you go into your coach cam. That's the guy that is going to have the target passing icon on it first. But in pre-play, you can navigate to somebody else because you do want to know ahead of the play kind of who you're targeting first. You're not locked onto that guy, but it's better to at least have a first read, if you will, before you use this mechanic.
It's funny, we were making jokes earlier about like references to Dan Marino and things like that, but I mean, one of the things that's very unique to this franchise is, as far as I know, it's the only EA sports franchise that is not named after the sport. It's named after, it's a legacy name with Madden, and I wonder how many of your players or your community are even aware of John Madden and his influence over the game.
Yeah, we actually talk about this a lot. I have a 10-year-old son, and he asked me one day, who is Madden? What is Madden? He's like one of the greatest coaches of all time, won a Super Bowl. He's certainly one of the greatest broadcasters of all time. But he's also the namesake of our video, and a generation has grown up with that name as a authentic NFL football game.
That's what it means, Madden.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah, the premier football game on console. Yeah, absolutely.
What else can we expect to see from this new version? I mean, you guys are so deep into the history of this game at this point. And, it's like any other great art. You're never done with it.
Right.
So each new iteration, you get a chance to tweak a few more things. Is there anything else you guys are really excited about people getting their hands on with this title?
Yeah, 29 years consecutively this summer is coming out, which blows my mind whenever I get to say that. 29 consecutive years. What video game?
Hey, Word, you want to make a daytime?
Just about to do that.
I mean, honestly, there's probably 3 television shows in television that last 29 seasons.
Exactly.
If that, yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of passionate fans that show up every year that just love the sport, love the game. probably the thing that our
I'm
core
bringing
fans,
another
those guys
truck
that
out.
do shove every year are most excited
I
about
wanna-
is
I wanna
once
test out
squads,
this,
it's the
board
return of
that I
online
put
team
in.
play. We had it on the floor at EA Play.
68.
It's 3 versus 3 human control players inside of Ultimate Team. You're merging your Ultimate Team lineups together so you can play with the head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and based on which role you provide, you're bringing in some portion of your lineup. It was a runaway hit at EA Play. You had people, hooting and hollering, I'm wide open, give me the ball. It was exactly what we wanted. Very social, fun gaming experience.
Everyone's always open.
Absolutely. Everybody's TO, and
the defense is nowhere to be seen as long as I'm the one controlling the
Exactly.
receiver. Absolutely.
I'll break away from this guy who's all over me at the moment.
Yeah. And within that, there's also some new gameplay mechanics as well that you can use outside of team play. But one of the reasons why we wanted to wait to bring it back is we wanted to give you more things to do than just time the quarterback or on running the ball. So you can have a little bit of a battle at the line of scrimmage if you're a defensive back or wide receiver. You can block really effectively now. We fine-tuned the tackling mechanic a bit. So there's some things you can do outside of just being the quarterback that we think makes it really fun.
Yeah, it's obviously a sport, real-world sport that people are very passionate about. It's a digital franchise that people are super passionate about. So to work on it year after year, it must be challenging. What do you keep, and what do you add, and what do you kind of let drift away from the franchise?
Yeah, it's been a hard one because I think we've gotten better in the last couple of years of keeping things in the game. When myself and our former regime of our studio now came on in Madden 13, we had to let go of some things that just weren't kind of up to the quality bar that we wanted. But in the last 5 years or so, we've really only just kind of grown with what's in the game. Now with our first ever story mode experience, the team play back, it's kind of right where we want to be.
Does working with new consoles now with Scorpio and the PS Pro, does that open up things that you guys have wanted to try for years and haven't been able to do?
Certainly makes the game look fantastic. Right. We've got the build on the floor with Microsoft right now. We've got 3 kits of the Xbox One X, as I'm getting used to saying now.
Congratulations on saying the correct name.
That was great. Good practicing. But yeah, it just looks great, and the PS4 Pro looks great as well. So yeah, and of course the Frostbite engine, it's just a fantastic looking platform.
It's funny too. It's like you look at the time of the calendar that
I know
Madden has spanned now, the franchise, and we talk about 29 years. There's a lot of things I don't think people realize the Madden franchise has given to the video game industry as a whole. Tournaments. You were some of the first tournaments where people were being, professionally lifted up to show how
trying
good
to
players
take
were.
down some trees.
Things like instant replays, video games, Hamable instant replays. Like those were born in the Madden franchise.
Yeah, we've actually influenced the NFL.
Yeah.
A lot of the cameras they made, like the wire cam, were influenced by Madden.
Yeah. They're competing.
The kind of strange story that our circle was the timeout ticker on the scoreboard where it shows you the 3 dots that teams have for timeouts that came from our game, and like a Fox producer was watching his son play the game.
Oh my God, I lost
got the idea to put it in the ticker in a regular broadcast as well.
That's really interesting.
I lost
Madden
it.
was a Fox broadcaster.
Exactly.
Madden was. So it's all circular in a weird way.
So
Now, you guys kind of touched on this briefly
that's the second
a second
one
ago.
I've
So
lost into
you said
this little
3v3 online play.
Yep.
What other multiplayer modes are available? Is there going to be local multiplayer available as well, or is it purely online?
Yeah, no, we've had that for a while now. You've got 3v3 local multiplayer as well. So couch play, it's because you're on the same camera, not always the best experience. I think this 3v3 online is going to really take it to the next level. But all the ones that we've had for the last.
Yeah, can you see me?
I can see you on the map.
Crossover. A lot of the criticism of esports.
Yeah, I was trying to climb that hill.
Spintires crashed.
It often comes from the sports world, like ESPN sports commentators saying, can you
It's
believe
gone.
people watch other people play a video game? When those guys are commenting on people playing a sport, a game that anyone could play if they wanted to.
All right, guys, thank you so much for
Do you
watching.
find
I'll be
that there's a
back in
crossover between
while.
people who watch real world sports and then
hope
will
you
watch the
enjoyed it. I
esports
don't know what we're
versions
gonna be
of
doing later.
those same sports
Yeah,
online?
I think we're getting it because our fans
For
at the end of
sure.
the day are NFL fans, so
but
they're
yeah,
probably
thank you so
following
much
their
for being
team,
here,
they're going
guys.
to
I'm
the
trying to
game,
get
they're
my
watching those
Fallout
games, they're going to
fixed
sports bars and watching
again,
the game,
and we'll
and
see how it
if they're
goes.
very into the
All
Madden
right.
product, they want to see how
Thanks
the
for
best
being here,
players
and as
play.
always,
So at the end of the